Hey guys, my name is Ciniac and welcome back to another episode of CanalTown here in City Skylines, where today we're going to be building a brand new garbage incineration area. And that's because the city has started to grow beyond its needs. And we're now starting to get the odd one or two issues now appearing, and one of the big ones right now is currently garbage. The coverage is not great. But last episode, we allocated a site for it. We're going to be implementing the build on this brand new site for our garbage facilities. So hopefully things are going to be rocking and rolling. So as always, guys, if you are enjoying the series, I want to see more, to make sure you smash the like button down below. If you are new in here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But we're back. Boom, we are back. And you can start to see that the garbage is becoming a slight issue for the majority of CanalTown right now. Now, when we check the garbage, if I go too quickly, it's like, oh, well, what's going on here then, boys? We seem to have enough garbage processing capabilities. But I think it's because of how big and spread out this city is. There's only really some garbage facilities here, which are really, in reality, waste transfer facilities, which take it all the way to over here. So we allocated a site down here, coming off this roundabout, which we can utilize to build a secondary site for the transfer facilities and all that kind of jazz, which would hopefully give the city so much more coverage. Fingers crossed it all works out. So we're going to start then by building the approach to this road. Now it's going to be quite a busy road because there's going to be a lot of garbage vehicles coming in and out. So we're going to have to make sure that we do bulk it all up. So we're coming by 5 there, so it should be enough to kind of connect to it. And we'll quickly set up the little slip roads to it, and then we're good to rock and a roll. So we'll go by the 6s. We'll flip this one round. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then we're going to design our beautiful little garbage park. Now, the one we created on over here works really well. But you can see there is just always vehicles coming in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And we've got to make sure that we kind of buff for that. So I've got the normal single lane road going in. We've opted for a double this time, just to kind of make sure that we can kind of uphold the amount of vehicles actually coming in this area. And what we'll do is I'll pick us point here. We'll go there. And then run this, I won't say straight down, but as far as we can go kind of there. We'll bring this further down here. And then we'll kind of bend this in. And then that there is as jazzy as we're going to get for this area. We'll then build a bunch of roads coming off it, and then we can really utilize this area. So coming off it then, we'll go for a, do I go industrialized road? Do I stick to my rural road? I think we'll go rural road. I do like this road. I'm a big fan of it. And we'll kind of come off. So we'll give a little bit of space before the first entry point just here. And we'll go up by a 20. We'll cut across there by there and then go up here by 20 again. And we'll just create like a little simple loop here that we can really utilize for the area. So bringing that down by a 10 as well. Now what we're going to do here, we'll do a little bit of a 5x5. Go for your big boy 10x10. And that there is then a 5x5 to finish it all off. So nice little loop there. That's how I want to set it all up, kind of like in these little miniature loops. Sometimes you're not going to get it all perfect, but we'll go by a 15 here. And I'm going to run this going down. I'm going to run this going down to meet the edge just there. And I don't want to add too much to these areas, like, and connect to them too well, because then we'll have issues with traffic. So little sections means we're only really utilizing the traffic on these little junctions. And I think that will be the most handiest way to do it. So we'll also come off this same junction as well. And this, I reckon we create like a little bit of a through road for this then. So this will be the only one where we do connect them both up. And let's see what the connection tool brings in for us. So if I try and go maximized on this like that, nice and simple, little loop. It's like we're doing some kind of like I love you pattern. It's like I, heart, and then we're going to do a U. I just realised how weird that now looks. Alright, that's kind of funny though, isn't it? So coming off this then, we'll do a couple of little sections where we do actually physically come off it as like a main dragger road. And then we'll come down to here, which will meet the edging of that. And so as we now build, then we'll kind of build additional roads here and there. It just depends on where the buildings are going to want to kind of fall in. So we do have a bunch of waste transfer facilities set up. And with that, we need then the waste processing complex. Now these are fairly decently large size buildings. So this kind of stuff is what's going to be placed on these big little areas here. Dropping one there. We can probably get away with 2 going down there. It's a bit of a close call, but it will definitely work. Now, this whole area does not have water. I'm just realizing this now. So let's quickly get this all set up. So we can actually have this to be all 100% functional. There we go. So in terms of power then, we are connected over here, but it's only a wind turbine, which is not perfect. So it will eventually connect over. We'll just kind of add a few more in. Now I'll add one in just there and then another one just here. So I'm really bulking it up. It's quite an intimidating drive in as you come in. And you got fences both sides of these huge factories pumping out the smoke. It's quite an intimidating area. But then we're going to try and create some organized chaos and get some more stuff all set down. So we're going to implement a couple of incineration plants. These are quite important for allowing us to also burn the trash. And I think these will be the most handy coming down here. So I'm going to run that to there like that. And I'm literally going to back them on one another. Seems quite excessive, but again, very, very important. Very, very, very important right now. We're then also going to implement a couple of the large recycling centers. So you kind of get the best of both worlds in many aspects. So I'm going to implement one there. We'll also throw one in here and then one in just here. And I want to create this area around here as to be my little recycling center too. So if I kind of split in the middle and go down by a little bit. And then bring this up. So it's the best way to maximize the garbage processing statuses. Because you're getting a little bit of everything all thrown in. You're getting garbage, incineration, recycling. So you kind of cover all aspects for every environmentalist out there right now. Shout out to the environmentalist boys. And then we'll create little roads that kind of kick in and out as well. So we'll do a little road kicking in just here. Little road just kicking in just there. Little points there we can utilize. Where we can put down, again, more big buildings. I could do landfill sites, but I reckon we kind of keep these to these smaller variations. Before you squeeze a big monstrosity straight smack bang in the middle. But I'm going to tree some of this area off as well. You want to keep it nice and beautiful. Look how many vehicles are pumping out. So we are going to need to connect the power now at this point. We can't wait any longer. We cannot wait any longer. And it utilizes and gives the ability to maybe work with this area a bit more. So what I've now got to do is get rid of... they're not traffic? Yeah, there is traffic lights here and here. Get rid of them to begin with. Very good, very good. Which should filter out a lot more. Now the traffic will be quite ridiculous until I've got everything all coming out right now. It will be a little bit OTT. But keep it all to the roundabout though, to keep it all free flowing. That is the main thing about this. That is the main thing about this. Now we're going to save a lot of the space around here for other industrialized kind of stuff. I can even build jobs and stuff around here too. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do some more road connections here, there and everywhere. There we go. Alright, get that to a nice full little bend just there. Nice little semicircle. And then we'll kind of come off that. And do little roads crawling up. So I like this. I like this unorganized chaos. It makes it feel like none of it makes sense. But what you get in return is all these little kind of unique little pockets that we can really take advantage of. So we kind of widen that gap just there. Now when it comes to this area, we're going to do a traditional square section like that. It does look like a love heart, doesn't it? I find that hilarious. I do find that really funny right now. So that gives me quite a bit of area to kind of ultimately work with right now. We've got all different types of vehicles pumping out. Got eco trucks, you got the normal waste trucks. It's all looking fancy, boys. And it's all going to take some sweet time, which will give us lots of coverage. So we should now be able to pick up so much garbage. So much garbage. Alright, oh, a little bit. Oh, damn, there's a little bit of lag then, wasn't there? A little bit of lag in the game. So, in what areas could I improve this? So, I reckon this lane measurement stuff right now. If I enabled it to, this is your turning in, this is you going straight down. All that really does on this part right now is allow these guys to flow out a lot quicker than the other ones. So, I'm not saying we need 3 lanes, but would 3 lanes be kind of handy? But then again, that's all now gone. So, it keeps this now to freely flow. Are those stuck on the 1 lanes right now? Damn. Is that our first one coming back in? Yeah, and it's full. Holy smokes. We're already collecting the garbage. They're already returning the garbage right now. This is that good. Well, they're almost out anyway. So we can relax a little bit easier. It's crazy to think how many vehicles are in this vicinity. So what about the water kind of aspect of it too? Because we can add so much more stuff to this area. Like when it comes to our water treatment plants. Oh, these fit in here quite nice. I'm going to reallocate this one. There we go. So you can add more of a utilized section for these areas. So we get more of the, you get the sewage coming in too, which is quite handy to utilize. I don't think there's anything there we could do with water unless you wanted to kind of do an inland water treatment plant. You also have an advanced water treatment plant too. So these are quite large. So if I drop 2 back to back and we did some smaller variations. All ways in which we can utilize these kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a dead space, but it only really gets zoned to be 1 item. Oh, that's apparently a bit too close to connect. Wow, what happened there? It did it again. What's going on? I don't want to talk about what just happened there. That was really, really weird. We got pumping services right now for when there's flooding, but there isn't any flooding. So all of the stuff that kind of helps us out. And then we'll get some of the tree stuff down right now. Let me make sure I got the right brush as well. Is it brush 0? Would you say that's the brush that we've been utilizing? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So it's stuff like this where we got to bulk up right now because it's actually been quite a few episodes since I had this mod disabled because of the error. And now that we've got it back in, we can now kind of fill the little nooks and crannies and all the little gaps, which is quite important for this area. So I'm going to bring all this down. I mean, I don't want to paint it too much. I'll keep that little bit section there open free. That's quite a little bit of thick greenery right there, isn't there? And you can apply the same logic going around. Be a bit careful though, you don't do too much. So I'll bring the strength down on it. There we go. A little bit of strength, boys. Changes all kinds of things there, doesn't it? I think there's trees in here that I forgot to get rid of as well. Right, that's without pushing it too far, because you can get a little bit overwhelmed with all the trees. You really could. But it does bulk the area up quite to some degree. Now, when it comes to services, we have no services around here, so I think these will be the best spots for the services in this kind of vicinity. So let's start with the police department. We'll go for the large building. The fire department, the large building for this as well. Healthcare, we'll get a decent sized hospital in. Ideally one that fits kind of here. We're going to have to go for you. And then we'll drop a couple of crems either side. So it's not really much but it all helps. I'll get a bit more bulky on that bit there. It all helps to have these utility stuff within the area. Now we have some issues here. There's not traffic lights here, is there? No, but let's sort out these junction restrictions anyway. To allow them to flow. That'll make life 10 times easier for all the vehicles coming in and out. And there's not any traffic lights here, is there? No. Right, we should be okay. We should see a little bit more movement around there right now. So, I dread to think how much we have increased our garbage capacity at this point. I dread to think. Let me find out. It's ridiculous. I've tripled it in many aspects. So, when it comes to that then, obviously you're still going to give it a bit of time for it to all kind of skedoodle out of here and collect out of the garbage, but that has made a huge difference. That's made a scarily amount of difference right there, which is terrifying your boy right now. So, how is everything else then? How is all the other statistics? Power looks like it's on the way out, but we've still got like 700 megawatts still to utilize. Water availability, that's an interesting one. Where are we currently sucking the water from? Stuff like over here. So, we'll grab a couple of more pumps down them. I think one pump will be enough, right? I'll have to do that because it doesn't quite connect on the bend, which is really annoying. Yeah, that's more than enough. Education, elementary school is slacking. I feel like we need more schools around here, this bit here right now, don't we? Where else have we got them? We've got them everywhere, elementary schools, but it's just more population around this area. So this gives a capacity up to 800. So let's just place one in just here for now. And also throw some on the inner city areas around here. Right, we've already got one on that side. There is a little bit of a crossing over here, and there's one over there, so it just makes sense to put one over here. Right, bit of bulky capacity. Oh my goodness me, we need so many more high schools. Now we've got one over here. Again, the same thing for over here. We'll place one right next door. It just feels like we need another one around here as well. For the capacity, boys. University's looking pretty low. Now, we do have 2 universities, but that's not to say that they utilize them. See, 2,000 people goes to this one, and nearly 2,000 people go to this one as well. So, it's not a case of that we got that huge capacity, they should all go to it. It doesn't really work like that, does it? Hang on, hold on, what's going on here? Lots of vehicles trying to get in right now. What do you reckon the outcome is here to kind of change this? Because I assume not everybody who's coming in right now wants to go to this bit. So what if we made that go straight this way, this bend in? Because then it will make these guys that want to go to this one here have to go round and do a right turn. Whereas everybody else can just literally go straight down if needs be. They're now having to redirect their routes as well, which is also hilarious. It's almost like I've broken them, haven't I? Which is pretty funny. But there's just a lot of stuff wrong with the airports DLC. It used to be one of my favorite ones on top of the industries, but I'm slowly falling out of love with it, with all the kind of limitations and bugs and stuff and the awkwardness that just doesn't tend to want to work with it. Now this area has become a lot busy with all these additional vehicles now skadooling around, meaning this overpass bridge is becoming a lot busy too. Is this park still making cash? Yes it is. But we're going to have to start thinking about it, guys. additional ways in which we can create passenger routes. We've got to utilize this little strip of canal right now. Maybe add something in here as well, so these guys that work in this general area can also be passengered to and from. And pretty much integrate that stop as well a bit more. We've got many things that we need to do. We are slowly getting there. We've got nearly 140,000 population as well. It is starting to build up. It is truly starting to build up right now. But look at the amount of upgrades that I still need to do. There's still so much more stuff I've got to add in. Ooh, car parks. Multi-story car park. How much entertainment value does that add? 80? You guys want to park at a multi-story car park for the zoo? Not the zoo. What's it called, sorry? Our nature reserve. Multi-story car park for the hospital. How small is that one? For the little hotel at the side. Casino. We'll hold out for the casino for just a minute. Quite a high density IT area that could do with a car park. Just a case of where do you squeeze something like this in? Look at how many vehicles it takes off the road straight away. It's quite cool to see, actually. No one's parking there. Where's the other one I just put in? Over here. It does take a fair few cars off the streets. You can't deny that. That one don't even have any power. Right, what I'll do to give it a bit of power. Wait, where did I get that from? Was it in here? No, the park section, wasn't it? We'll incorporate a few more car parking spots, which will then spread the beautiful power around. And I will deny all parking, which pushes them to the car parks here, which these ones are almost pretty much full. Alright, no parking. No parking. Sorry, no parking. Can't park here. Park in the multi-story car park. And there's not really any space over there. What about this other one I just randomly threw in? Where did I throw that one in? Just here? Oh, they utilized that already anyway. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. But that should subsidize a lot of our issues that we've got going on for quite some time. But we need to think about public transport a little bit more within CanalTown right now. The place is growing beautifully. It's growing hugely. And we need to get some more decorations in. Like trees. So, I think we're in for here. No idea what's going on with this airport right now. But, oh, okay. They're entering from a different entry point right now. Which is hilarious. There's 21 flights waiting for this as well. That plane's not even fully loaded. Airport is a shambles. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.